You said that when you got into poker, you used to watch it on TV. Did you have any kind of heroes that you've since met, obviously doing the sort of circuit with Betfair?
Yeah, I suppose, well, it's before I joined Betfair really that I got to meet them all, I guess, because I've been working in the poker industry ever since I left uni.
Right.
I suppose there was like Gus Hansen and people like that I was quite intrigued to meet. I suppose now I've met them all. There's only one person I haven't met. But when I say meet, I don't mean like actually like met but seen. I haven't seen Phil Ivey, never. And I really wanted to see him.
Very disappointing. As an ex-journalist, probably the most disappointing interview I've ever done.
Really?
Because you know what it's like, I mean, obviously for you, as well as having the big names, it's something that I think the marketing companies have become so much more aware of, is it's not just the big names, it's the big names that can talk and present themselves. And Phil Ivey I did an interview with about a year or so ago, and just like getting blood out of a stone.
Really?
Whereas, I mean, actually I've not met John, but certainly Sorrel and Annette, they're really more than happy to chat away, whereas Phil Ivey, literally the answer to some of the questions was, I don't want to talk about that, and you go, right then, question 7, dog or cat?
I know what it's like. I mean, I did some interviewing.
No.
I did some interviewing back in 2006 at the World Series, and it is surprising out of who would, you know, give you the time to give you an interview. And I tell you, the nicest interview I ever did was Joe Hatcham.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's a really lovely guy.
But it's important, is it? Do the guys that get sponsored, do they have any kind of media training?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't done for John yet, but we do give Sorrel and Annette some media training. To be honest with you, I'm not just saying this, they didn't actually need it. They're both really outgoing people, but it's, you know, it's for me as well as them, you know, I need to be there, but...
So what are the sort of tips, what are the, you know, when you sit down with someone, say you'll sit down with John at some point, what are the kind of guidelines that he's given?
Well, obviously, because we sponsor them, we want to get the Betfair brand across as much as possible. It's a lot of things like how to sit and how to get Betfair in there, you know. But, you know, just how to, you know, I feel like I'm saying this and I'm probably wriggling on my chair, but, you know, how to sit and stay straight and all that kind of stuff. It covers it all.
Represent the on-brand Betfair values.
But they do it well anyway, so...
So, yes, Sorrel did you lot proud, I think, when he was on this show.
Yeah, no, definitely.
How do you get on with the poker press?
Yeah, really well. Yeah, I mean, I've been in the industry for a few years now, so I think everyone kind of knows everyone, so it's quite easy, and especially when you have 3 players like Annette, Sorrel and John, it's pretty easy because, you know, they're marketable, they're brilliant people to have. So.
Will you be looking, because it's changed quite a lot, you know, a while back there, people like Buzzer and Bents on it and stuff like that. Are you going to be adding, or are you going to try and keep the Betfair team small? Because some of the companies, Stars and Paul Tilt, they've got so many pros now.
It's crazy.
You just kind of lose track of them all. But is there an optimal number for you guys, or are you just happy with this 3 right now?
We're definitely going to grow the team. I don't think anywhere near the same size as Full Tilt or Stars. You know, our image at the moment is definitely, you know, young, online, hot shots really, as it were.
Yeah, we've Ben Grundy as well, obviously, as like a superstar. We've had him on here a while back now, actually. It's quite a long while back, wasn't it?
That time he came back on again, wasn't it?
Yeah. Have a word with the lady that knows. But no, it's a good team. I think it's a sexy team.
What was it like dealing with PR then, when you were editor of Flush
Mostly
magazine?
good, to be honest, because I think the thing is, it's like any industry that's reasonably young and mostly filled with enthusiasts. Because you get these niche industries where there aren't just people that, I don't really play or like poker, but I'm the marketing director for a company, and most people have some inherent interest.
Right.
So everyone's quite enthusiastic.
Do you think it'll grow out there eventually?
I hope not, because that's my fear is I've often mentioned that I started in the video games industry, and in the early 90s it was like poker was, lots of enthusiasts, very enthusiastic, and then became so big that it actually became not fun anymore, which is why I got out of it, and I'm really praying that doesn't happen to poker, that it becomes so big that it stops being fun.
You must remember the early 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know.
From your pram. So old!
Okay, time for a quick break now. When we return, Amy will help us answer some of your poker questions, so don't go anywhere.